Lucille Ball's granddaughter looks just like her. Despite having passed away 30 years ago, Lucille Ball is still cherished and remembered by many people. She gained recognition as the top comedy actress in the 1950s thanks to the television series I Love Lucy, in which she co-starred with her partner Desi Arnaz. She began working as a supermodel and film actor before becoming famous for her work on television, and by the time her career was done, she'd appeared in over 70 films. Now that she's an adult, Lucille Ball's granddaughter looks like her in so many ways. Lucille was starring in I Love Lucy, and with good reason. She diligently practiced each phrase and facial expression to make every scenario flawless. The episode where her on-screen character, Lucy, recently gave birth to little Ricky on the same day the real Lucy gave birth to Desi Jr. by cesarean was arguably the most memorable. It was a historical event since, up until that point, CBS had maintained that pregnant women could not be depicted on television. Lucille's marriage. Lucille Ball wed Desi Arnaz, the I Love Lucy co-star, in 1940. Their 20-year union was notoriously unstable and rife with cheating rumors. Nevertheless, Desi Arnaz Jr. and Lucy were born into the world during their relationship. Arnaz Jr. had Julia Howe as his child by the age of 15. According to the New York Post, she had a long relationship with her father. She told the Orlando Sentinel in 1994 that all she ever asked Arnaz was for him to answer the phone whenever he phoned him or responded to a letter. Desiree Anzalone, a daughter of Howe's, grew up to resemble the legend in every way. Anzalone reportedly died from cancer in September 2020. She was only 31 years old, and despite her health issues, she seemed inspired by her well-known great-grandmother. The granddaughter's wish to love her grandmother. Desiree Anzalone, the daughter of Julia Howe, and Lucille Ball were never able to meet. I was expectant with my daughter, Desito, and I recall just going down to my feet knowing I'd never get the chance ever to meet my grandma in this lifetime, Howe said on her Facebook page on the anniversary of Lucille Ball's passing in 2018. Howe gave Ball's middle name to her daughter. Anzalone and her mother were not close when she was young, partly because her mother battled drug addiction. She took to her Instagram in 2017 and said, "My parents on my father's side raised me and had complete custody of me. Thus, I didn't know my mom till later in life. I was just 3 years old when my mother felt it would be better to give me up, but I'm strong." Anzalone, who is a photographer in Connecticut, didn't see it that way, despite her Instagram being flooded with images showing an uncanny similarity to the I Love Lucy actor. In an Instagram post from April 2019, she stated that she didn't want to draw attention to the superficial physical beauty of us. She commented that she and Lucy had the same grit regarding her struggle with 4-stage breast cancer, and how delighted she would be with her. Anzalone, who was 31 years old, died on September 27, 2020, according to Legacy. Her obituary said that her creativity was prodigious, including her art, music, literature, and piano playing. Desiree loved both people and animals, but her greatest passion for life was life. Although she's no longer with us, she will always be in our hearts. What made Lucille and Arnaz's marriage strange? In the 1940s, when Lucille Ball was starring in Too Many Girls, she met Cuban rumba musician Desi Arnaz while playing the lead part. Soon enough, they started a fast-paced courtship, yet it was anything from flawless. The husband and wife combination made the enduring sitcom I Love Lucy, which debuted on CBS in October 1951. With Ball playing the colorful, flamboyant troublemaker, Lucy McKillicuddy Ricardo, and Arnaz playing her partner. Conga player Ricky Ricardo, the co-founder of Desi Lou Productions, swiftly rose to fame and made television history. While their on-screen romance was filled with joy, laughter, and heartwarming moments, Ball and Arnaz's relationship was marred by cheating, instability, and violent threats. As a result, Ball repeatedly filed for divorce from the co-star. They divorced formally in 1960 after nearly 20 years of marriage and 2 children. Here are all the odd incidents about Ball and Arnaz's marriage, from Ball drawing a gun on her husband to Arnaz popping the question after he was caught heated up with his ex-girlfriend. They were not the right match for each other. Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball appeared to be total opposites, starting from their physical appearances. He was affable, Cuban-born singer who could dazzle the pants off of anyone, and she was the stunning redhead with a passionate personality. When they initially met, they didn't necessarily get along. Country Living reported that Ball dated taller, older men most of the time. When Arnaz first saw the gorgeous actress, he was already married to another woman. In addition, the actress noted in Love, Lucy, that Arnaz was Catholic and Ball was Protestant. She also said that meeting the Latin actor left her feeling everything but impressed. According to People, Ball later recalled, "Desi was in oily makeup and outdated attire, and I thought he wouldn't be so hot." When he saw Lucy's bedraggled outfit and false black eye, Arnaz reportedly exclaimed, "This is an innocent girl," according to the tabloid. Eddie Bracken, who also starred with them in Too Many Girls, said that despite their differences, you could see the flames were burning with Lucy. Lucy had a feeling they wouldn't last from the start. In 1940, Lucy and Desi worked on the song Too Many Girls for an RKO production. Despite Arnaz's reputation as a ladies' man, Ball, age 28, and Arnaz, 23, fell in love. Ball responded, "No, it attracted me," when People magazine asked if his playboy lifestyle disturbed her. In fact, she was so fascinated that she agreed to marry Arnaz when he proposed barely 6 months after their initial meeting. Everybody who knew them believed their union would never endure. Even Ball was suspicious. Everyone estimated it would take roughly a year and a half. "I gave it a month," she spoke. According to People, even their Too Many Girls co-star, Eddie Bracken, admitted to betting on how long they would last on the set. "That's some hope, huh?" Actress Maureen O'Hara, Ball's companion, advised Ball to go forward and wed Arnaz if she truly loved him. As a result, she married Desi Arnaz in November 1940. Why did he marry her? Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball accelerated their romance. The actual reason Arnaz asked Ball for her hand in marriage is a monument to how peculiar and maybe destructive their relationship was. Arnaz came back to Chicago to perform in a theater play when Too Many Girls was finished, while Ball embarked on a promotional tour. Arnaz reconnected with Betty Grable, an actress and pinup model, while they were apart. According to the Herald Sun, when Ball learned that her ex-boyfriend was following her when they were still dating, she invaded the flat where he lived with his former mother-in-law to attack him. In the heat of the moment, Ball allegedly called Arnaz a Cuban son of a bitch to patch up their problems and put their relationship back on track. He recommended they get married to resolve their challenges. As Arnaz proceeded to battle with being faithful, we now realize this wasn't the wisest course of action. Arnaz had a taste for prostitutes, and infidelity was something that was ingrained in him, according to Warren G. Harris, the author of Lucy and Desi, the legendary love story of television's most popular couple, who also stated that Arnaz's father and grandfather kept a large number of mistresses. The Brass Ring and the Short Wedding. On November 30th, 1940, Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball planned to get married. They met in New York and got in a car with Arnaz's office manager driving. According to her memoirs, Love, Lucy, they traveled to Greenwich, Connecticut, where a judge of the peace officiated their marriage. Arnaz, however, discovered that he hadn't given Lucille a wedding band when they got there. In order to pick up something pleasant, Arnaz allegedly requested his office manager go to Woolworth's, according to the actress. Ball would treasure the brass ring he bought for years. "Even when Desi gave me a platinum band later, I still kept that tiny, tarnished brass ring in my jewelry box." The Justice of the Peace suggested that they perform the ceremony in a more romantic location, so Ball and her groom went to the Byram River Beagle Club to exchange vows, while Ball was dressed in a black outfit. Ball claimed they were each dazed with happiness at the time. Others would describe her elopement with him as a rushed decision that she would soon come to regret, but she termed it the most crucial day of her life. I Love Lucy was meant to save the marriage. As a model and voice actress in RKO Radio Pictures movies, Lucille Ball had already established a reputation in the entertainment industry. She had taken on such a wide variety of roles when sitcoms were all the rage that she wasn't sure who she was as an actress. She was only aware of the need to secure a television program. Why? To maintain her marriage. After their wedding in 1940, she revealed to People that Desi Arnaz left on the road to keep traveling with his group after being released from the army. Ball realized that something had to go when their marriage had been together for 11 years. She was prepared to have children and wished to spend more time with her partner. Cost of being apart was also rising. In the earliest years of their marriage, the pair reportedly spent nearly $30,000 on lengthy phone calls, according to the Los Angeles Times. Ball asked that her real-life husband portray her on-camera husband before I Love Lucy aired in 1951. The general attitude at the time was, "What the heck do we want from a Latin band who can't speak English?" according to Bob Weisskopf, a director for the pair. Weisskopf added that Ball battled to keep Arnaz as her co-star because she was aware that he'd be catting around all the time if he went back on the road. 5 years of on and offs. Although Lucy and Ricardo appeared to be the perfect couple, the actors who played them found it difficult to maintain the marriage. The non-stop hilarity of I Love Lucy attracted viewers, but the Arnaz household was not a joke anymore behind the scenes. When Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz Jr. were born, and successful careers for both of them started, she told the Christian Science Monitor in 1984 that she felt her life was complete. They were very much in love, she added, yet their relationship will end. Ball remarked, "And then I watched it all fall apart. You know, alcoholism is so devastating, but this was his life." By 1956, according to Bart Andrews, who wrote a trilogy of novels about the couple, they were solely together for the benefit of their children. "It was all beer and broads for the last 5 years of their marriage," she claimed to me. In fact, that was in the divorce documents. As Andrews said, even their daughter Lucy spoke to Closer Weekly and said, "When we were kids, they were constantly fighting. Screaming and fury were prevalent. Although they didn't experience any abuse," Lucy said, "there was drunkenness in their home. We did experience some very difficult things," she continued, "and that's why my parents didn't remain together." Violence in their marriage. When studio executives balked at the idea of I Love Lucy, particularly when Lucy Ball insisted that Desi Arnaz play the part of her husband, they produced the pilot episode through the business they co-founded, Desilu Productions, which entrepreneur calls the first independent TV production company. Arnaz kept pushing the business forward over time, and Desilu created many hits like The Ann Southern Show and The Untouchables. Naturally, taking over their company meant Arnaz had more work than ever. People claimed that he would occasionally put in a 14-hour workday before leaving on his sailboat with his top-trending tamale by his sides on the weekend. Ball reached her rock bottom in one of their violent clashes and squeezed the trigger while aiming a gun at Desi's head. The muzzle only let off a little flame for Arnaz's benefit. Lucy later separated secretly from Arnaz, but says still marrying him was one of her boldest things.